Coach, what are you seeing out of the linebackers this spring? Have you liked what you've seen?
It's been a great spring. I think starting at the basics with everything that we do, talking about our eyes, our footwork, how we do things in our meeting room, that's been the focal point of what I've tried to instill and what Coach Aranda has asked me to do. And they've done a great job of trying to listen to those little details and grow every day. And you're not trying to master it all in one day. It's a piece by piece, day by day process.
As far as the spring scrimmage tomorrow, anything in particular you hope to see?
I'm really excited to see how we're going to communicate with each other on the field. We're the quarterbacks of the defense. We should lead by our communication first and then with our effort to the ball. And we've talked about that, setting the tempo, being those leaders on that side of the ball. And if we do that, that'll be a success for me.
What was it that led to the decision for you to make the move here to Waco and join Coach Aranda's staff?
When I met Coach Aranda years ago, I noticed how he treated other people. And I knew he was a great coach. I knew he was somebody that I looked up to as a position coach, coaching linebackers defensively, and wanting to align myself with somebody that it was bigger than just football, and about the character, about the development, and the opportunity to come learn underneath him today. Even in our walkthrough, he comes by and coaches up me and the backers on things that to be looking for, and that excited me on a day-by-day basis for myself to grow and to become a better coach for the guys I'm responsible for.
Christian, what did you see in Mike, the kid from Liberty, and what does he bring to the table like this?
He did a great job. Day one, just starting from scratch, just being a great teammate, effort in the weight room, the connection with the other guys in the room. For somebody to come in a new place and to be willing to work and to build that connection, I was really excited to see him do that. And he continues to do that every day. And I'm excited to see how the whole group, how they perform together, how they gel in the summer as we take this next step. Can we be an elite group in our culture, in our room?
Of course, Dylan's gone. Have you seen some other guys step up as leaders?
Yeah, we've had some guys that were here last year that have really stepped up in the way that they approach the game, the way that they affect other people. Obviously, one being Matt Jones and guys like Josh White and Brooks Miller, guys that in the weight room, I didn't have to hear them in the weight room to know that they were pushing other people. They were doing their job, and then they were focused on what the other guys around them were doing, being in the moment, being present. This time that we have is precious, and if we're going to spend all this time together, it might as well be worthwhile.
Coach, what would you kind of consider the theme of spring for your group?
I've really tried to focus on the pride in what we do, the pride in how we break down before practice, the pride in our meeting room, our notebooks, how we take notes, focusing on the little things and not rushing. Because if we have a great foundation, it might sound cliche, but a great foundation allows us to grow later on when things come up. We were talking about a play that happened in one of the games I coached a couple years ago that we talked about in fall camp that showed up in the SEC championship game. And so are we going to be present? Are we going to focus on those things? Because they will show up. And if we're ready for them and taking pride in the little details, we can have a chance to be a great team.
What's it been like working with Coach Powledge and just kind of seeing his way of doing things, how he's coached the defense?
He's just, from day one, I mean, the first day I came to visit, me and my wife, we were looking at a house, and it was his first day back in town, and he drove all the way out there to meet us. We were on a tight schedule trying to get our stuff moved, and just him showing up and spending time with us, and he has put together a great group of guys that really we're connected. It feels like a brotherhood, and you see it on the field with the energy that we bring at practice. If we're all into it, the players are going to be all into it, and he's all in, and he's always looking for help and advice too. We all have different backgrounds, we all have seen different things, and we all want the same thing. And so how can we get there together and talk about shared commitment? He lives it every day with us, and it's evident with the players.
Christian, how was your special guest talking with the team? Were you a little motivated, I guess, even?
I did, and the guys were laughing at me a little bit. I was just scribbling down notes. How often do you get to listen to somebody of that stature who played the position at the school you're at that has done everything that you would wish you could do? And so for our guys, it's easy to sometimes brush things off and just, it's another thing. You live a little bit longer, you see how important taking words and trying to apply it to your life. And Coach Singletary, he coached one of my teammates, and I got a chance to grab him before he ran off the field, and just talking about, we came from the same place, and to watch him coach him on some of the clips I've seen and inside the meeting rooms, it's an honor. And I talk about him to a lot of people that are coming to visit our school and to visit and talk about the position. This is a great place with a great history of people playing that position. He's one of them.
Who was a teammate?
Alec Ogletree. He was drafted by the Rams, and I remember watching him and just seeing him get coached. And I don't have it all figured out, and that's what I try to tell these guys is, if I learn something new today that changes the way I see the world, it'll change my life. And I'm trying to teach them that every day.